bottom level still, if I remember correctly. Yep. Me, Kaim, and Kosa are down below. I'm going to be working on, because we're having some audio difficulties, so while I'm fixing those, I will be searching around. I'll actually be searching on this bottom floor to see if there's any sort of books or anything that kind of tells me a little bit more about the land we're in, whether that's like a cookbook or just a map or something that would give me details of Barovia itself. Or maybe a short story, I don't know.
The room I'm in, I want to poke around, is the room that the kids were locked in the box, correct?
Yep.
I just want to poke around in there, see if I find anything of use.
Okay.
Before we go on, I think I fixed all of our issues. So everybody, sorry chat. I know the audio wasn't coming through initially there. We're good. All set.
Okay.
Will the audio be there on the YouTube video at least?
No.
Oh.
It is. Yeah, I did not start with audio. So if you want to take it from the very beginning here.
Do you want to do the recap again?
Just start over?
DM?
Let's start over, guys. Take two.
From the very beginning.
From the very beginning. I didn't have any audio from the very beginning.
Okay. Well, yeah. If they didn't
start talking,
if they didn't hear it.
Yep.
Then yeah.
Yep. So let's start over. Sorry about that, guys. I actually was having issues with audio up until the moment we went live, and I think I solved it. So sorry about that. So David, without further ado, let's take it away. We'll cut this all out in post. You guys won't see this.
All right. Where we last left our heroes, they were embarking on the journey from the village of Barovia with Irina, the burgomaster's daughter. Our heroes were drawn to a camp of Vistani who informed them they should get their fortunes read by their spiritual leader, Madame Ava. After being read their fortunes, the party learns of 3 artifacts of great importance that may be the key to defeating Strahd and freeing this land of its curse. Each member learned something different from Madame Ava, and also learned of a failed uprising led by a powerful wizard about a year ago. Followed by a tale of how the Vistani had earned the favor of Strahd when he was alive, and that he honors them for it to this day, revealing that the only ones in his realm with the ability to come and go as they wish, with the secret of how still remaining a mystery. After a night's rest, the party departed from the Vistani camp and came across a coven of night hags, who had taken up residence in a local windmill known as the Old Bone Grinder, and with some prompting from a feathered friend, uncovered the horrors behind the secret of their dream pie pastries. And after a long and challenging battle, defeated the night hags and freed 2 children being held prisoner. And that is where we'll pick up tonight's session, upon defeating the night hags and freeing the children.
So, I am going to search this bottom floor to see if there's anything that gives me a better understanding of the world around me.
Okay.
Whether that's a cookbook, a short story, whatever it is.
Make an investigation check. And Bertrand, you make an investigation check too, because assuming you want to continue to search that room.
Where is investigation?
18.
Intimidation, investigation.
Okay, good.
Ugh.
So, with an 18, in the bed, you find 6 pieces of cheap jewelry, each worth 25 gold pieces.
Oh. Okay.
Keegan, what did you get?
I rolled a 10.
A 10. You find, you don't really find much. You find you do find on one of the tables a sort of a log of who owed the hags, who had been running a tab, that kind of thing. You also see a torn journal. It looks like from a monster manual.
Do I?
And it says, it says by Rudolf van Richten, is what it says.
Do I recognize that name?
Make a history check.
History. A, B, C, D, hey. Oh, God. My intelligence is super. Oh, nope.
Nope. We've never heard of Rudolf van Richten.
Well. Do I know Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Not
I hear
with
he
that
had a
roll.
very shiny nose. Can I grab I grab the journal and I put it in my bag, in my sack.
Okay, it's not a journal. It's just a torn page.
Oh, then yeah. Oh, then never mind. I don't take it. It's not a full journal. I'll leave it there.
Okay. It looks like it was from not so much a journal, but like a published book, like about monsters. Yeah, like if Rudolf van Richten wrote that book is what you surmise from it. But
gotcha.
That's
on the
being generous
on the other ledger.
Uh-huh.
On that, do I recognize any of the names in that at all?
No, they are all seem to be, of the indicate
the area.
Yeah, village of Barovia, and it looks like, and in payment it's just names. It's not
cool.
It's not.
It's
gold
nothing. No identifying. Okay.
or
Cool.
anything. Okay.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
I'm getting deja vu.
So you go up to the top of the tower, and there's a onion domed attic with jeez, I had this a second ago. The Windmill's Peak, a domed chamber filled with old machinery. There's not much room to move around, and light slips into the attic through small holes in the walls. As you look out those holes, you notice storm clouds starting to form.
Okay. I'm going to search around the room just to see if there's anything hidden or any clues to the previous tenants hidden away up here.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Oh, God, you still get a 12 on that? Jesus.
So, you don't get the sense that they used this area. That at the most they went up to make sure that the windmill could continue to. Well, you haven't really surmised what they've used the windmill for yet.
Okay. Alrighty. But
where are the children?
The children are up on the. They're with you. You and Kaim are still in the bedroom area with the 2 children.
I want to take them downstairs.
And put them in the oven?
No.
I'm
You're gonna make
hungry.
them
Thank you.
introduce
Gonna-
them to Torbjorn.
Take them. No. Oh, wait. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. I'm going to sit up in the room with the children.
Wise choice.
Okay. And so again, the Myrtle, the young girl, is a lot more responsive to you than Freak, who is a lot sort of just lights are on, but no one's home.
You said Myrtle, and what was the boy's name?
Freak, Freek.
You're a freak. Is that what their parents yelled to him? No.
Unfortunate ailment for a young boy with that name.
Okay.
And as you had surmised from the session before, a DM reminder, you surmised the boy had no soul.
Yeah.
Okay. So Latrine and Kosif, what are you guys doing while they're doing that?
I'd like to start collecting any of the pies that are around the kitchen to I don't know, destroy them. Maybe throw them in the oven or something.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's not a problem. You can do that with no roll necessary. You can gather up everything you see and just smash them up, make them unusable. If you want to burn them, you can.
I'm thinking burn them. I don't want anything to eat them.
Okay. And Nate, what's Ara doing?
Ara would like to actually run detect magic spell.
Nice.
Okay.
See if there's anything kind of not blocked by any obstacles like metal, foot thick walls, stuff like that.
Okay. So the black ichor that's in the barrel starts to emanate an arcane glow. It doesn't seem like there's anything on the hags other than spell components. Nothing magical in itself.
Is there any other objects or anything like that in the room or that I'm
Nothing.
in?
Nothing that's giving off an arcane glow. No. So just the only thing that's going off from your spell is that dark ichor, that black ichor from the barrel. And if you want to make an Arcana check on that.
Arcana check. Give me a second here to figure this out.
While he's doing that, I have a really stupid question, David.
Okay.
I last session killed 2 of the chickens and their eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't kill the eggs, but I had the eggs. And I have a live chicken, and a live rooster.
Yes.
How would I best carry those? Because I can't put those in the bag of holding because they would die. Am I just putting them on my shoulders?
That's you got to work that out.
Just like this.
You want to carry them? You got to tell me how you're carrying them.
I'm gonna carry them like this.
Okay.
DM, what time is it in World?
I think it was mid-afternoon.
Yeah, when we got there, it was mid-afternoon, so I just didn't know how much time has passed.
Well, your rounds are 6 seconds, so you have
mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
the dark
Nate
ichor,
rolled a
Nate,
14.
Okay.
from your experience with arcane things, is bad. Morgantha could have potentially summoned some demons to aid her had she not been taken off guard. She may have potentially done something like that with that ichor. So,
Okay.
Well, you make an investigation check for me. Now that you're back down in that room.
Hey!
21. Okay. You notice some needles by the crates, and notice that the children had on their fingers needle pricks. Knowing that Freak has no soul, he would not cry out if he was. You gather this is a test, if they cry out or not. And with a 21, I'll say that you surmise that the soulless ones are useless to them in making pies.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, what are we talking about? Okay. I got you. So they need souls to make delicious pies.
And that they were in the cases getting pricked, and the failures were going in the secondary oven that was upstairs.
Okay. I'm going to share that information with my colleagues.
Okay, so
which one?
So
we're all on 3 different floors.
Right. Well, I was going to go downstairs.
Well, yeah, she's back. Well, he's back in the room with Kym and Vayle, and so now Kym and Vayle are aware of that. However, you guys are the rest of the party is downstairs, and Irina has walked in at this point because it's starting to storm, and she says as she walks in, she says, "Is everything okay? It looks like it's getting bad outside."
I actually then peek my head outside the door to see what she's talking about.
Okay. As you peer out, you see, you look up in the sky and you see several ravens circling overhead of, it looks like 4 points from where you're looking, and there's a violent rush of wind that sort of blows them, and the ravens sort of clear out as your eyes, make contact with that area of the sky. And there's a deafening roar.
As I see this, I'm going to be yelling for Kosif.
That causes the ravens to quicken, and you hear the most horrifying and terrible sound of a horse neigh. And as the storm clouds form in the sky and seem to be rushing in this direction, Irina's eyes widen in horror. And she says, "Eucephalus, he's coming. We must go now." As she says this, you hear the sounds of hooves and wolves howling outside the mill. And then you see Torb rushing from the sky and fire a horse from the sky land in front of you. And above it, upon the horse, you see a man dressed in royal attire.
I immediately turn around and yell at Kosif to come here to see what's going on. Kosif, quick! I need you. Like I don't know how to explain. And as I do, I'm just shocked, just pointing at this thing of like, the fuck is happening? What is going on?
Anybody else in the house in the windmill here?
Oh yeah, you all heard the hooves and the thunder and the lightning, and yeah.
Everything's so frightening.
How How far away from us is this guy on this horse?
He's outside the mill.
Like directly outside?
Mm-hmm. And as you guys ponder this, you hear the slow clap.
Oh, the asshole
of the man on the horse.
All right. Well, I'll step out here.
DM, you said when we got to this place that outside of the windmill there was like a ledge that was pretty high up.
No, not really.
There wasn't.
No, because remember, I couldn't climb it.
Yeah. Okay.
It was smooth.
Never mind. Are there any windows or peepholes up this high on any of these?
Where
floors?
you are, yeah, you can look out the window and see this.
I can see this happening. Okay, I'm gonna keep my eye out the window and watch.
Okay, as you look out, you see a man on a horse. That man you recognize as none other than Strahd von Zarovich.
Shit. I am sitting my ass up here and I'm watching.
Did Irina say his name when he came, or did she say some type of expletive there?
She said Bucephalus.
Bucephalus.
Would I know what that reference to?
Make a religion check.
How do you spell Bucephalus?
Yep.
You'll have a hound out in a minute.
Okay.
All right, 17.
Because I'm spelling like syphilis.
You've heard stories of a mythical horse chosen by an evil champion that goes by that name on occasion in some stories.
Okay. All right, well, gosh, so I don't know that this is Strahd then, or do I recognize him from the visions we saw with Anton?
So it wasn't like you didn't see like features in the fire. You would have seen like silhouette. So I would say you make an insight check for me and see if you can surmise if you're
14.
I would say you have a pretty good idea this might be none other than Strahd.
All right, well, if that's the case, I'm going to stay technically inside the windmill.
Do you want to let me know that? Because I see you walk past me again. I'm like,
I tell you what, I'll do. I'm gonna back it up. Stay behind me, Torb. And then I'm gonna say to Irene, this is Strahd, isn't it?
You see the horror in her eyes. She just nods yes. She says, yes, this is the Strahd. And Bucephalus, his horse. His mount from hell.
What do you say, guys? You want to just kill him and end this campaign right now?
You hear from outside, you hear him say, Good. You have done well. I had expected Van Richten. Instead, I find my new guests. Morgantha thought she was clever. She was not. She thought she could hide her scrying from me, as I said. Not clever. I tolerated her indiscretions for her services to Barovia, but no more. I suppose I should thank you.
So,
And
here's a question. Oh.
he sort of... You hear him like something maybe got his attention, especially you, Torb, because you're outside. You sort of see his like head turn like he's heard something, and Make a perception check, Torb.
Perception. That's the P in the alphabet. Ooh, I'm good at that.
Nice.
Hey,
25.
natural 20.
You hear,
damn, son.
You hear him, even through the rain and the thunder, you hear him say, Rahaden, I am in the middle of Von Richten. I am on my way now. And then he addresses the rest of you. You will have to excuse me. That other business. Damn. Let me put Strahd on there so it's no longer Irina talking. I have other business I have to attend to. Until next time. And he gestures to Bucephalus, who takes back off into the sky, away to the northwest. And the wolves that emerged stop howling and, in reverence, bow their head and slowly back away from the wood.
As he's moving away, Torbjorn slowly just does this gesture of like, that's right, get out of here. But he doesn't say anything because he doesn't want the Strahd to turn around. He's like, yeah, that's right. And then looks back at Kosov, make sure Kosov's still right behind him in case something goes down.
I think I'm right in front of you.
Yeah. Okay, you're right in front of yeah. As I peer over, or try to peer around Kosov.
And during all this, Vayle, Myrtle had hugged your leg and would not let go, while Freak just sort of stared off. You could see he was definitely in terror, but he did not react in the same manner. He wasn't looking for closeness. He was just horrified. He did not look for comfort.
Yeah. I awkwardly pat her on the back.
And then Irina says, "Oh, thank God." Did she gasp and sort of is catching her breath?
I whisper in Kosov's ear of, do you know who that was? Or, well, as close as his ear I guess I can get. He's got to lean down, but, you know, I just try to get him on tiptoes. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Let me get my stilts out. That's actually why I'm saving everybody's legs, to make stilts.
That's morbid. Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, Kosov, do you know who that was?
That was our foe. That was Strahd himself.
Oh, fuck. Cool. I'm glad he didn't attack as I'm a little beat up here.
I think we're all a little worse for wear right
We're
now.
all a little, yeah,
Joseph,
we're all a little hurt.
Make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
I'm not
Perception's
very
never fun.
perceptive. I don't think that.
Are you natural 20 perceptive? Nope. You are not perceptive at all.
Torb, I'll let you, since you're a part of this discussion, I'll let you do the same.
Can I just keep that natural 20 I rolled before?
No. However, with 19. The 19, you gather that was the point. And as a fighter, you also gather the insight to that that was a definite, I could have just now ended it if I wanted. But that's not why you're here.
I let Kosov know that, I go, Kosov, I think he's toying with us. Clearly we're all in a, not so great shape, and he could have ended us right then and there, and I don't know why. I don't know what this other business is that he has, but clearly he's just messing with us right now.
Well, I place a hand on Torbjorn's shoulder and give him a gentle smile and say, evil is always arrogant, man. He thinks he knows what he's doing. And if he was smart, he would have ended us now. But in the end, it's going to be proven that he's not the one pulling the strings here. Our chance.
So we're going to Star Wars this. Got it.
Make it not.
I go back inside and yell up to anybody up the stairs to come meet us down on the bottom floor.
Hello?
Because I assume, again, everybody heard the when. Was Bertrand the only one that saw it? Because he was looking out the window? Willie or
yeah,
Nate?
Kime saw it. Nate could see what he could see from out the door. From looking throughout the door.
How much did I hear?
Probably not much. Third or second floor. Yeah.
Through a window pane, rain, and
thunder.
Did I hear him mention just his? Not obviously, I wouldn't have caught what Torbjorn caught, but did I hear him say? I was expecting Van Richten.
I would say, yeah, he was saying that. He was sort of using. You get the impression it was almost magically reinforced his voice when he was speaking to you guys.
Do I know
he was using thaumaturgy.
That name, Van Richten?
Make a history check.
10.
You've heard it? In the sense, like, you would associate someone with a field and not know much more about that. Like, pretty much saying, oh, great white, and just saying Jaws, and that being the extent of your knowledge of it. Van Richten, vampire hunter.
Cool. All right. Would he feel more like legend?
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of.
Cool.
He's sort of become something that, like, in the hellish scapes, they talk of him coming to get you as a, like, the boogeyman kind of thing.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Can I ask something? I'm going to make sure that nobody else wanted to go before me.
You good?
Okay, just making sure. So since I'm right by the door and everything, and I'm assuming that I heard everything, did I also see, like, the wolves or anything like that?
You could hear them. I would say you could see a couple around the horse. And you saw a man who could possibly have been vampiric in nature, but you're not 100%.
Okay.
But now gathering, from what they've said, you know that was Strahd from what information Irina has shared, and you know that was his horse Bucephalus, and that was Strahd. But Welly and Vayle and Kime and the children are still upstairs. I'm assuming you guys maybe started to head down during the noise, or were you guys huddling there? And
I would have kept the kids up here.
Yeah, we stayed up.
Well, you were looking through the window.
Yeah.
So Vayle had the children. So I don't know what were you...
I did come back in and yell for them to come downstairs once he left.
Mm-hmm. So Welly, you went back. You're on your way back down.
Yes.
And Kime and Vayle and the children are still on the second floor.
I'm going to tell the children to stay there, and I'm going to go ahead and head downstairs.
Okay.
I don't feel like the kids should be left alone.
Motherly instinct.
Not too worried about it.
So unless I'm absolutely needed, like, then I'll stay with the kids and try to comfort Myrtle at least.
Okay.
Since Freak doesn't seem to want
Myrtle's
comfort.
pretty much attached to your leg. She's she's pretty much holding on there ever since she heard Bucephalus and the lightning. And then especially when they heard Strahd, they all seem to cringe.
Freak's the older brother, right?
He's a boy. He's not her brother.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I've got 7 and 5 written down. I just couldn't remember which one was older.
Oh, is he older?
I think.
Yeah, Freak's older.
Yeah, sure.
How deep is the river?
Right.
Old.
That's the DM saying it doesn't matter.
Hey, age matters. Like, seriously.
Okay.
The difference between 5 years old and 7 years old with their ability to handle trauma is a big difference.
Yeah.
Well, when you have one that's soulless, it hardly matters.
Okay.
If everybody has that's going to come down the stairs, just come down the stairs. I think this would be a good time for us to address our next steps as a group.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Rest.
So should I come downstairs then?
That's up to you.
I think we need to clean up this area and everything so that the kids, the girl, I guess, doesn't get freaked out. Dispose of the bodies.
That's kind of what I was wondering is, are the bodies still down there?
Well, I don't know anything about the bodies up. Or no, is the bodies on the first floor or the second floor?
They're all on the first floor. One of them's outside.
People just murdered, right?
Yeah.
And while this has happened, the hags have started to slowly, their bodies have started to slowly dissolve into this disgusting sort of sludge.
Ew.
Okay.
I was going to suggest let's camp here for the evening, but I say we burn this fucking place down.
I say we, actually, could I make a insight check, I guess, and see if the sludge stuff that is in that barrel would also perish in a fire?
I would say you don't need to make a roll for that. You would know that if you could destroy it with fire.
Cool. Let's do this.
Why? But shouldn't we use this place as shelter? We're all beaten, abused. We don't know what's further on down the road. If we do head out, we all need to get some rest and heal up. Why, before we burn this place down, why don't we just stay here?
Let's shovel the shit out of the bottom here, clean it up, stay on the upper floors.
Irina, at this point, she chimes in and says, we could press on to Valaki. We're not far.
What's between? How far is it to Valaki? What's between here and there? We're in
3-4
extremely
miles?
bad shape right now.
I heard wolves. I'll be of no use outside of my arrows.
If they did not stay to attack, I do not think it was Strahd's wish for them to attack.
Do I believe her?
Make a wisdom check. Make a insight check.
Insight. While he's doing... Oh, I guess I'll wait till
23.
the roll's done.
Yeah, you believe her.
Okay.
What do you know of Valaki? If we get there, is there going to be some place for them to take us in? Is there going to be a place to stay? Are we going to have somewhere? Because we're trusting you because you are from this land.
She's
I used
never
to
been...
hear
Oh, yeah.
of some rumors that there was a inn there that welcomed strangers in Valaki. The Blue Water Inn, I believe.
How sure are you of this?
I have never been there, so I cannot say for sure.
What are your sources to this information, then?
You hear things. You hear, rumors and things from town to town when we get together for things.
With all due respect, I don't think I've ever been to a town that didn't have an inn.
Yeah, but we're also not in a place that is normal of most places we've been before.
True, but the Vistani are the ones who said that we should be able to find shelter there. They seem to think that we would be welcome, and I feel like we can trust their judgment on that.
Kosef, whatever you like to do, I'm gonna follow you because you so far seem to have, pretty decent judgment in some of this.
Well, I think I think we set out for Valaki. We should go to Valaki. I am concerned about going another 4 miles with some of the scrapes and bruises and the. I don't know if we need to take a short rest.
Let's take a short rest, and I'll play a song of rest and give you a little extra boost, eh?
And then we can head on our way. And we should discuss. We'll be taking the children with us, I assume, especially if we're going to burn down. I wouldn't leave them here and burn down the windmill, right?
What children?
Well, I heard the kids upstairs, right?
I don't know if you know if there are children.
We don't know that yet.
Okay, well, let's just burn it down then.
Yeah. I'm with you William on a short rest.
Are coming down, so I'm sure that one of them would at some point share that information before you burn down the windmill.
But have they?
Nope,
we rest. We short rest here. I'll play some music. We relax for a little bit, and we get on our way.
Okay, so if you guys short rest, just as a DM and general knowledge, if you guys short rest now, here, it will be dark by the time you leave.
When you say dark,
it will be nightfall.
I was under the impression that short rests are only 30 minutes.
No, absolutely not.
No. Yeah, there are a few
hours. They're at least an hour to 4 minimum.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if we stay, we should probably just barricade the door, make sure this place is as good as it can be, and then take off first thing in the morning once we've fully rested.
My big concern, and again, I'll go with you, Kosef, but my big concern here is the fact that we don't know what's between here and there, and if we get ambushed or something comes across us, we're sitting ducks.
Don't forget, I went down 3 times in that fight. Yeah. I'm pretty battered.
That's my concern. That's why I said let's stay here. But
yeah, I think there's 2 schools of thought in that. We could get caught on the road, head to Valaki, though it's only roughly 4 miles away, and we would be SOL if that happened. Conversely, if we stay here, we don't know what else is here, and Strahd knows we're here. If he returns here, I feel that we don't have the right to refuse him entry into this tower, as we're not the owners of it. I may not understand vampire lore, but that's my concern. I'm afraid if we stay, I feel we're in just as much danger than if we go.
I can put my name on the door, and then it's mine.
Well, he says, "That's not how that works."
But I have a flag.
You keep what you kill.
How about we take a vote? Stay or should we stay or should we go now?
Should I stay or should I go?
So it's 4 in the afternoon now ish, right? So if you rest here, it's going to be nightfall. And then what, are you going to long rest then? Again? Or... Because...
Yeah, it would seem we'd be bunking at that point.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to travel by nightfall.
Not with children.
Nope.
That you don't know about yet.
That's like, keep hearing this children thing.
So, again, like I said, you get the impression from the way that the animals backed off, the way the wolves bowed and backed off, that you were getting a free pass.
All right.
If it's my perception or if it's like a really strong hint from the DM that we should maybe just go ahead and go.
Let's go and burn this motherfucker down.
I'm following whatever Kosa.
Okay, Vale's still upstairs with the children. You're going to burn the
no,
mill
I'm just saying let's do it now immediately. I'm speaking as a character. That's my call.
Too late. I've already
because the people downstairs have no idea there's children upstairs still. At this point is the point I'm making.
There are children upstairs.
There we go.
What? We have 2 children. There's a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. 1 boy, 1 girl. The girl's little. Completely enraptured with Vayle right now. She's terrified. And the boy, well, he's...
soulless.
Yeah.
Soulless and dumb as a box of rocks. But he's still a little boy. They're going with us. And that's that.
We're going to have more mouths to feed.
All right.
It's 4 miles.
Are we dropping them off in Valle? Are we dropping them off in Valle?
And you've got 2 fucking chickens.
Are we dropping them off in Valle then, or are we keeping them with us? What are we going to do with them? What's the plan with these children then?
I'm gonna.
Get them to Valle.
I think I'm gonna try to bring the kids downstairs and see what's going on.
Okay.
We may not have a plan for the children as of yet, but...
And I'll fill them in real quick. I'll fill on everybody on what the kids told me about their parents and how they don't want to go back to their parents.
So as the children come downstairs and they see Irina, both of them rush to Irina and both exclaim, Irina! And seem very excited to see her, see a familiar face, someone from their hometown.
I turn and I go...
surprised to see them, and she said, "Children, what are you doing here?"
I turn to Irina and go, "You know them?"
"Yes, they are from Barovia, the village."
"What do you think we should do with them then? Obviously, we can't leave them here."
And again, the children started exclaiming that they do not want to go.
They don't want to go where? Barovia?
Right, they don't.
Parents.
The Myrtle again says, we don't. Our parents sold us for pies to the hags.
Well, we're not going back to Barovia, children. We're going to Valle if you want to go there.
Myrtle's like, I will go wherever Irina goes, and hugs Irina. Now you've lost your companion Vayle, and it looks like she's on Vale's leg, or I'm sorry, not Vale's leg, Irina's leg.
I ask Irina, once we get to Valle, is there going to be a place we can make sure these children are safe? I know you've not been there, but I'm scared. I'm hesitant to take these 2 kids on, not knowing what they're going to do with them. They're going to be responsible for them, and God knows I'm not the most responsible. And we clearly walk into danger quite a bit, and I'm scared to put them in more danger.
Heading to Valle because it's safer than Barovia. So,
what would you suggest, Torby?
Give him a knife.
My suggestion is. My thought is I just want to have a plan that when we get there that we're not just carrying them with us as we continue on, because we are not the safest people to be around.
A temple, orphanage, something like that we can... I mean, I'm sure that there's something in this town.
We will find some place.
Irina, okay, as long as we have a plan for them, I don't just want to have 2 kids following us.
I feel like you're putting a lot of thought into this.
It would be hard for us to plan ahead because we've never been to Valakey, but we know we can't keep them here. We know they can't stay here. So how about we get them to Valakey and see what's available for them, and we'll go from there. I don't think anybody wants to storm Ravenloft with the children in tow. Unless, Myrtle, do you want to storm Raven?
She screams when you say Ravenloft and holds Irina's leg tighter.
I turn to Kosef and I go, I think that's a no. If you guys think it's best, if you think it's best to get them to Valakey, see what we find there, I'm all for it. Like I said, my concern is just having, once we get to Valakey, if we have nowhere to to drop them off or to leave them safely, what do we do then? We're now responsible for these two children, along with trying to get back where we came from, along with avoiding the Strahd guy. Like, we have no idea what's going on right now.
Something will be figured out.
Terrified.
You think too much.
Something will be figured out.
Have a drink.
I was gonna say, I take out my flask and just.
We now know Torbjorn has children problems. He never wants children. No one ever give him children.
I think he's afraid of children.
I go up and I try and hug. What's the girl's name?
Myrtle.
Myrtle. I try to give her a hug. Like, no, I'm not. Just this awkward, just like, I don't know you, but I'm trying to make it look like I care about you.
Tone of
she
voice
screams as you
everything.
Just no.
All right, so we press on. We go the 4 miles.
Why don't we take this out?
Yeah. Yeah, let's set this place on fire and push on.
Well, would you like to do one more last thorough check, see if we missed anything?
Yeah, the very bottom floor where we all started. I know they're liquefying right now, but if I could investigate the area one last time.
Okay. You don't seem to find anything else of any use or value.
Sweet. All right, let's go.
Okay.
So, you guys are going to start making your way back, your way to...
downtown.
All right, so we're going to go back to the map page. Everyone should see the map.
I'm assuming we had no issue setting it on fire.
Well, you're all outside now, and
okay.
So now would be the time.
Come on, baby, light your fire.
How are you gonna light it on?
I turn. I go. Do we have anything to start a fire?
Well, there was plenty of stuff inside.
I was gonna say.
There are ovens.
Let's see. Let's take a look at my.
I go back inside and grab the page I found before, and I take that out with us to use it as a fire starter. I do have a tinder box.
With a fire starter.
So I take that piece of paper, I take my flint and steel, and I start doing it, and I light this piece of paper on fire, and I go, here you go. What do you guys want to do? We got like 30 seconds.
And then let it loose in the... run around.
That's awful. You're awful.
I'm literally holding this above my head. What do you guys want to do? Please, it's getting hot.
So
Well,
you realize
was the sicker flavor.
this windmill is mostly stone, right?
Stone
We
can't burn.
We can burn everything on the inside.
Yeah.
I run over to the barrel. I run back inside over to the barrel and just chuck the piece of paper on top of the barrel, and then run back out.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything
gonna-
there to make sure?
Are you gonna hang out and see
Sure.
what happens, or are you gonna?
I mean, I'm gonna hang out outside, not inside. Like, I'm gonna toss it. I'm gonna make sure it starts burning. Like, it looks like it's catching fire, and then I'm gonna run back out.
Okay. It seems like eventually, if you're gonna sit there and wait
You see the
long
handout
enough,
that you
the
gave us, it
barrel
looks
will
like
eventually start to catch fire.
Okay, then I book it back out the door and I go, job done, guys. On to Valky.
I'm looking at that handout you gave us. It looks like the foundation is stone, but it looks like all the floors and walls up above it are all stone, or I mean, are all wood, including the windmill itself.
The outside walls are stone.
All okay. It looks like shingles on this drawing, so just double checking.
It'll burn inside. We'll be good. Let's. It'll do enough damage. We can just head off to Valky.
Truth.
Can we see the glow as we walk away? I turn back. Do I see the glow through the window that Kym looked out? Just confirmation that it is indeed going on. There's a fire brewing inside.
I mean, how long do you? I mean, it's not gonna like go up in like 5 seconds, and
Yeah.
like you're not gonna have an inferno. It would take literally like an hour maybe for the fire to start to spread and start to look like it's doing anything. So that's why I'm asking, how long are you waiting outside? Like, are you waiting till it's a full-on inferno? Because that could be like 3 hours.
No, I'd say if we put the fire on top of that barrel, we'll just let nature take its course and hope for the best.
Okay. I mean, you get the sense that the fire is not gonna like stop it's not gonna like blow out or anything. But like if you're waiting for the second floor and like for it to actually burn to like you're gonna be there for a while.
Yeah. We'll continue. We'll move on. We set the fire. Let's go.
We didn't start the fire. Totally burned because no one else had anything.
We kind of started the fire.
Yeah.
Onward to glory.
So, basically, following the road around the Slavic road, you start to come up across Lake Zarovic.
How deep is the lake? I'm sorry. Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
And this is when David leaves. And then 6 direwolves magically show up, and Medusa comes out. Medusa comes out of the water.
He doesn't put his picture up anymore. He doesn't want to see how angry he is.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I shouldn't have.
And so as you get here, you notice that there's like a clearing, and there's a couple of rowboats there, like small canoes, there. And you gather that the village nearby, because you can start to kind of see it. You're maybe 2 miles away. So from 2 miles away, you can start to see that the road meanders into a valley, watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against this wall, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half-dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. You can kind of see that from the distance. Also, a 15-foot high wall of basically just huge tree trunks, 15 foot high, go all the way around Valky. So right as you're walking up, you get the sense that Valky is well fortified and well guarded, and the wolves' heads serve as warning to evil creatures and servants of Strahd, it seems.
Like, were the tree trunks planted there, or were they maneuvered there?
It's like logs of like, you know how you see like just a series of logs all interchained as a wall.
It's like it's like Pocahontas
It was
style.
made. It was man-made.
Okay, thank you.
Let me see if I have.
By the way, why were you said we're at a lake with rowboats?
Yeah, you're at a little that clearing right where you are, right to the north, that little opening. You see a couple rowboats there.
Is the village north of us? Like,
no,
is Valaki
the
north
village,
or is it
the village
west?
is actually you're seeing it to directly west. You're following the road directly that leads into it.
Okay.
I'm just pointing out what you can see as you cross there.
I didn't know if we were Harry Pottering this and had to take rowboats to get the last 2 miles.
No.
Only first years do that.
Let's see if I have a.
Yeah. Well, it's our first time in Barovia.
I don't have like a. Sorry, I thought maybe I had a handout for it, but I really don't.
Oh, good.
I say if the village is Valaki is to the west, we just continue following the road there, and just come in the main gates because that's the the least sketchy looking way.
You're gonna keep heading towards the gates.
If everybody's good with that.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yep.
Okay.
That seems smart.
Okay. So let's move to that map. Valaki.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so you guys should see just the party token, and to the far right of the map there, towards the center. I would advise that you zoom in as pretty far as you can, because this is the map of the town, so it'll give you a good sense of where you are, and that so if you can zoom in as close as you can, it'll help see like with what you're seeing and that kind of stuff. Okay, so you are walking up to the west gate.
Is there guards or anything as we walk up to this gate?
Yeah, there were shadow figures.
Yeah, so you see the gates are closed, but they don't seem to be locked. There's 2 town gate guards, and they stand just inside each gate. They carry pikes, and the weapons are long enough to stab creatures through the bars of the gate. So they don't even can't attack them through the, unless you're doing it through the gate.
That seems like a poor choice right now anyway, so I say we continue walk up to the gate, and I turn to Kosef and Kaim and just say, I think one of you two should talk to these people and see if they'll let us in.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I stumble out of thought. Walk up to the guards.
So you guys approach the gate, and the gate guards. Hold! Who goes there? What business have you in Valaki?
Hello, good sirs. We're here with some friends. We've traveled a long ways from Barovia. We've rescued some poor children even along our way. And I gesture behind these children. I'm like, they were captured by, maybe you know them as the pie makers. Worm Wiggles? Question mark? DM? I feel like there's an exclamation point above my head. Was that the name, the sister's name? Bella, Orphelia, Morgantha, Worm Wiggles?
If that's what you recall it to be, that's what you say.
Let's go with it. These children were captured and we're going to be cooked into pies. We're here to peruse your town and buy some wares and get some ale, and I'll play some music at the tavern.
the gate guard eyes you suspiciously, and the other one sort of jokes. You are not here with the carnival? You look like you are.
I belong with any carnival. Those are my people.
Make a persuasion check, Kime.
Okay.
I'll say with advantage because it's during the day.
23.
And...
Without advantage. We'll try again.
Well, as they roll again and see if you get nat 20.
22.
Darn, so bad.
Okay. All right. So the guards sort of look at each other. They look at the children, and one of them says to you, "Very well, we will let you in. The children you rescued." He does the quotes like he's not sure he believes you. You might find a shelter for them at Saint Andaro's church.
Thank you, good sir. It's exactly what we were looking for. They need a new home.
I come up behind Kime and go and like tap him on the back. Just ask about an inn. Is there an inn? We need rest.
We already got the name of an inn. Where's what's the name of the inn? I don't have it in front of me.
The guard hears you ask about the inn, and he says, yes, the strangers are welcome at the Blue Water Inn. If you go down towards the middle of town, you just follow the main street. You can't miss it.
And where's the church?
Thanks, my good friend.
St. Darrell is on the other side of town.
Thank you, sirs. Appreciate it.
They both move. They raise their spears and move to open the gates and allow you passage. And they say, we will be having a festival in 3 days. The burgomaster expects attendance to be mandatory for all. Please familiarize your customs while you are here. Inquiries should be made at the Blue Water Inn. And then he and then they both just go about closing the gate again. And you can tell he's kind of done talking to you guys. He let you in, and that's it.
You did his job.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Should we head to the church? To the church first?
Aye.
Drop the kids off.
Children have no place in the bar.
Okay. So
I think that's a good idea.
So as you guys enter this area, let me see what we are here. As you're passing through, to your left, you see a stockyard. This stockyard has several locked sheds along its periphery and lies adjacent to a roomy warehouse. A sign above the front gate reads Arasec Stockyard. Is anybody... Whoops. Anybody gonna look in there?
We're a big party now.
I'll take a look.
I was gonna say I want to get rid of the kids before we do anything. I want to get rid of the kids and heal up before I can do any sort of it. Because
we get it. You don't like kids.
It's not that I don't like kids. I just don't want kids to.
You're really worried about being a guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't want to cause any trouble.
Okay. So you guys keep going through town. There's just various... Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying mark it as a point of interest for afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While we're walking through, I'm looking around to see if there's any sort of blacksmithing or any sort of shops as we're walking through the town. Just kind of getting the general layout of, like Vayle said, points of interest for later on.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So you see the stockyard. to the left, as you pass by. Shit! Stop! Why is this being such a pain in my ass today?
I ask that to myself every day.
Okay. All right. So as you pass by, you see in the town square here, as you're getting close there, you see shops and homes that enclose the town square are decorated. Limp, tattered garlands and painted wooden boxes filled with tiny dead flowers. At the north end of the square stands a row of stocks, locked in which are several men, women, and children wearing crude plaster donkey heads. In the center of the square, peasants in patchwork clothes eye you suspiciously as they use cups and vases to draw water from a crumbling stone fountain. Standing tall at the center of the fountain is a gray statue of an impressive man facing west. All around the square are posted proclamations. Come one, come all, to the festival celebration of the year. The Festival of the Blazing Sun. Attendance and children required. Rain or shine, all will be well. The Baron. And I have
doesn't
that
seem
for
eerie
you.
at all.
Does that mean we gotta bring our own children?
Yes. It's a good thing you have them.
We had children.
Yeah, there you go.
Not sure if anyone's being serious right now.
Well, Toby, it looks like you got yourself some.
How crowded are the streets as we're walking through? Like, do I see any sort of armed guards? Do I see any sort of like I don't want to say government patrol, but any sort of societal structure going on?
Yes, I mean, like, so the walls, the walls surround the whole town. So there's no way in or out except 3 gates, and there are guards posted at every gate, and there does seem to be a town guard that patrols and maintains order. You notice with your passive perception that when they walk by, people sort of make extra effort to look cheerful.
Okay. That's weird. Well, on to the church.
Okay, you guys continue on.
Getting rid of these damn kids.
He's dead set on that.
Yeah.
Children are required, Torbjorn.
Well, what are they required? Okay, hold on. Actually,
required to attend, not required for us to attend, right?
Yeah, you guys don't have to bring children. It's not
okay, thank you.
Okay, I was just making sure it said children required.
We were all wondering whether you were being sarcastic or not, and we could not tell.
No, look at the handout. It says children.
Attendance and children required.
Yeah.
So it seemed like you could take that one of 2 ways. You could be like, well, I need to attend, but in order to attend, I need to bring a child.
I need a child.
Okay. So as you get here,
And wired children required.
This building, you see is obviously an inn, and you see outside the sign is the sign for the Blue Water Inn. And why the hell not? I'll show it to you now.
Oh, cool. Okay, hold on. Looking at that. Damn, you can switch the music too.
Yeah. All right. So, it's still raining out, so we'll keep the rain. So yeah, as you guys are going through, so there's the Blue Water Inn, and then you guys want to continue going?
Yeah, I'll get rid of these damn kids.
So as you pass by here, to your left, on to the south of you, you see a sort of a very large manor, and it believe the mansion has walls of plastered stone that display scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arch opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. It looks like someone important lives there. And then, so you continue on, but clearly not the church. So you continue on until getting about here. Finally, you see at the end, you see a church in the distance. I guess right about here you start to see it, and here you get to it. That is, as you get close to this building, you see it's clearly a church, and this slouching, centuries-old stone church has a bulging steeple in the back and walls lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting pious saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. A thin mist creeps among the graves. And Kosef and Ara, both of you, recognize this to be a Church of the Morning.
Church of the Morning Lord, you said?
Correct. So far, you've only come across worshippers of the Morning Lord here. And they seem to think when you talk about Paylor that that's who you're talking about.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And they confuse your holy, or the holy symbol of Saren Ray to be the Morning Lords as well. Like, they don't see the difference. They can't tell the difference. But so yeah, so you approach the church. What do you guys want to do?
Let's go see about the what type of intake they have for children. Like a
yes,
slot.
Please, let's. As much as I don't want these kids, I don't just want to leave them on the doorstep.
Yeah, we should go in and
I want to make sure they are safe.
Are they still attached to Arena?
Yeah, they've sort of, they sort of, or Myrtle sort of goes between you and Irina, just so that Irina can get a break. But yeah, they seem pretty attached to you guys, or at least Myrtle does. Freak just sort of follows along, sort of looking horrified perpetually, always. So as you guys approach the church, there is a Father Lucian Petrovic, who oversees the church, and there's some altar boys there, and he agrees that to take the children into the orphanage and to watch them. However, he seems a little troubled, and upon noticing Ara, that your holy symbol, and also sort of gathering from your just general disposition that you're both champions of he takes that you're champions of the morning, and mentions that recently that he's been concerned church, the hallowed ground that has been protecting this land has been corrupted. Someone has stolen the church, the bones of Saint Andaro from the crypt below, and he's worried that that's going to leave them vulnerable. He says to you, only one person in Valaki knew about the bones. But he recalls mentioning that he's told Yeska, a young altar boy, over a month ago to put him at ease. And then when the bones were stolen, he asked Yeska if he had told anyone else about the bones, because it was just him and Yeska that know about it. And the boy nodded but wouldn't tell who. So he asked if you guys would assist in that. He would be very appreciative. Can't offer much, but knowing that you would restore hallowed ground to a church, he hopes is put you in favor with the Morning Lord and blessings upon you.
Cool.
So he just kind of spilled all this.
So I mean, this is all within negotiating the children's adoption and into the orphanage and that kind of thing. So he's he was kind of saying, sure, I'll be glad to take them if you guys would be more than happy to do this for me. I would be ever grateful, since I'm taking these children off your hand. So
sounds like a mighty big task. We're probably gonna have to circle back around. We'll take the kids with us for now. I'm joking, by the way.
You're gonna make Torbjorn mad.
I was gonna say Torbjorn was about to go off.
I'm cool with it, Kosif. So I nod to kind of Kosif, since I'm quiet mannered, yeah.
Just to the church, but to everyone if we resolve that issue for them. But how dire does he make this sound? Is this something we can do tomorrow?
I mean, he stresses that he's especially worried about having them by the Festival of the Sun, because usually, which is about 3 days away.
Okay.
So he finds that usually that these events are a good time for make a statement in one way, shape, or form. And if the church is not hallowed ground, he's worried what could happen.
Tomorrow, will you have Yeska available for us to question at that time?
He says actually Yeska is here if you want to talk to him now. Otherwise, he's an altar boy, so he'll be back for services tomorrow.
I think we should.
I'm just gonna do it now. Yeah.
Tomorrow, but you go right for it.
I'm gonna see if I can pull Yeska off to the side.
So you have no idea what he looks like or anything. So
I thought the priest just gestured to that he was right over there, so I didn't know.
No.
Okay.
He said he could go get him. So
okay.
You want him to go get him? He can go get him.
If the party wants to speak to him now, I can try to charm the poor little chap. Yeah. Maybe push a little gold in his palm.
I want to go rest up. We got rid of the kids. We need to rest up. And we can come back in the morning.
We need we need to rest up to rest up. I think from a it's what I'm looking at is like it's a conversation, so we could try to persuade it out of him now. But if we rest up, if perchance we level up when we rest up, I might have an ability that makes talking to him a little bit easier. That's kind of what that's
nod,
what
nod,
I'm getting at.
nod, wink, wink.
Not that we would know that, but you know.
Well, to be fair, you guys are really beat up and probably, and you know, you had a long travel after. I mean, not
it's
terribly
late.
long travel, but you did fight with hags and have quite a harrowing experience.
Down 3 times.
So, you not being gung ho about questioning the altar boy right now is completely would understand with wanting to retire, as this also is probably taken. I would say it's now probably 7 in the evening, and it's going to start
nightfall.
Getting dark.
I think we're also probably hungry. I mean, I want food.
Well, luckily you're on my service tonight, my dear. Let's go back to the tavern. Let's see if I can secure us rooms and food for the evening.
Let's have one of Torbjorn's chickens.
I don't believe we'll need it.
I've got eggs too.
So Father Lucian just says, we have services in the morning, and if you think you'll be back in the morning, I'll make sure that I'll have him here.
What time?
They have services at 9 and 10 in the morning. So,
is there a preference you'd want us back here? Do you want us to come before services or after services? Because I assume during services he's
well, it depends if you want to go to
during the service, so you can go in between,
or contemporary.
You can go, after. They have two. One for the festival events and one for just regular service. You see those posters everywhere, by the way.
Are services required if you're in the city?
No.
Okay. Good.
Vale's like, I'm out.
I commune with nature, not people.
Not religion.
Do you ask him? You ask him that? If services are required?
Yes.
Right. So he explains to you that the only thing that is enforced by the burgomaster is the attendance of the festivals that he holds weekly.
Why is it enforced?
He confides in you. The burgomaster has this idea that in order to break the curse of the land, that if he forces everyone to be happy, that eventually they will be happy, and that will break the curse. However, he takes it to the point where he tells you the people in the stockades are the people that have spoken ill of the festival or not attended.
People who hate
punishment
happiness
is extreme for those who don't attend or speak ill of. He tells you he takes it as a personal attack if you decline the festival.
What if we leave town before the festival starts? Like, since we're passing through, technically, if
your
we
guests,
leave before then,
you can leave before.
Is there any sort of consequences that you know of? Will they come hunt us down if we skip town before the festival?
If you're not a citizen of town, you're not bound by those.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify with him.
However, if you're staying in the town, you're gonna.
Then we have to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, festival might be fun. Why don't we head on back to the Blue Water Inn and see what we can do?
Agreed.
Okay. So, you guys are going back to the inn. back to the inn now?
Yep.
All right.
As I glance inside for... Oh, go ahead.
Let's see here. There's in. So as you get there, gray smoke issues from the chimney of a large wooden building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have been perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall.
Ooh, this is pretty looking.
Yeah. So as you see, the inn on the top, there's a bunch of ravens on just hanging out.
I don't see anything.
Bottom right corner of the map.
Oh,
yeah.
Out of the
You
bed.
have to zoom. Yep.
Hi.
Yep.
Okay. A lot of cool line of sight issues, but yeah.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna ask a question. Oh, is this look like it's an inn and tavern, or is it just an inn?
It's an inn and tavern.
Okay.
Well, do you guys want to go in?
Yeah. Are there any people outside?
I do.
Doesn't look like it at the moment.
I wanted to peek in when we get there before I go in all charming and typical. I want to see if I notice people with or without souls inside before I try to make people happy.
Could we maybe send Welly in?
That's not something you can tell through a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't looking inside there. I just wanted to, as we walked in, make sure before I turn on the charm. I've learned the hard way.
David, before we go in, I want to inspect the ravens to see if they're doing anything suspicious or anything like that seems out of the ordinary for just, birds.
Make a nature check.
Nature. I suck at nature. I really suck at nature.
Looks like they're just hanging out.
Cool.
I'm going to make one as well.
Okay. Still looks like they're just hanging out.
Okay.
Let's go in.
All right. You guys can
Drag in.
just go in.
There it goes. Ooh. Fancy. I go right up to the bar.
As you enter the Blue Water Inn, it's a gathering place of locals, especially at night. You see, it's run by the Mardikoff family. The husband is the cook, the wife tends the bar, and the children sort of just help out where they can.
That looks like a mean little boy.
They look all gangsta. Yeah.
They're
He doesn't look like a cook.
the boys are named Brahm and Bray, and there's
You said Brahm?
Brahm and Bray, and there seems to be you see the bar, you see the wine barrel. They serve purple grape mash number 3 wine for 3 copper, a pint of superior red dragon crush wine for 1 silver piece. And at one of the tables you see a half elf bard who's telling stories to the people in the tavern. And I think right there we'll go ahead and take a break for a bit and then come back, pick up from there.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back in 15, peoples. We'll see you then. And welcome back. We're just waiting for everybody to get situated here before we jump back in. I'm gonna everybody reconnect real quick when you get a chance just to make sure everything's loaded correctly. Or at least I will. I've got everybody. Roll20 is fun when it works. Not as much fun when it doesn't.
Oh, Roll20 is awesome.
Climb, your token's real tiny. You're a tiny token.
Yeah.
Kime's a baby token.
I just exploded.
Kime's not a baby token anymore.
That was weird.
That was me.
Did you do an anti-aging spell on yourself?
Apparently.
It's because you're hanging out with the
you
kids.
were all smaller, and then I decided it looked right, so
Make us bigger?
I became a child just to annoy you.
all the commoners are smaller, just so it's easier to see who's who.
Yeah. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Cool. Ooh, I hurt myself.
Okay. Are we ready?
We're back.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, as you walk into the tap room of the Blue Water Inn, you see damp cloaks hang from pegs in the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs with narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretches along one wall under a balcony that can be reached by another wooden staircase that hugs the north wall. Another balcony overhangs an entrance to the east, and all the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hanging above the bar and resting on the tables bathe the room in dull orange light and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf's heads mounted on wooden plaques. And also you see on the an older proclamation. Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. The bear.
Man, these sounds real sketchy.
Hey, Torb. We should get you a little plaque so you can put your wolf leg right next to the wolf head.
I like your thinking, Welly.
So yeah, so you see a woman tending the bar, and in the center of the room, you see a half-elven, colorfully dressed bard regaling the commoners there with a tale. He's addressing them and saying, "There I was in the jungle with this huge creature with large fangs," and then he suddenly sees and noticed that you were all there, and stops his speech and says, "Travelers, welcome." Bows deeply to you. My name is Rick Tavio, local bard to this area. At least I am now. He sort of jokes. Ringmaster to Rick Tavio's curiosities and oddities, so whatever it is I'm going by this week. You're a motley crew, aren't you? What brings all of you in to the Blue Water Inn?
I'm here to just drink and, potentially sleep here. We just had a long fight. I'm beat to shit, and I need some alcohol and some good sleep. And we were told this is the place to be.
Yes, this is the place to be. Absolutely. Danica, the bartender back there, she owns the place with her family. The lovely folks. They're allowing me to stay for, small wage I'm earning from them, regaling the patrons with my stories. For sadly, not much of one for music.
I walk up to Danica.
Uh-huh.
I think that's her name. And I say, Danica, is it?
Yes. She smiles at you. Looks at you sort of with a... almost like a look of recognition, like she's seen you before.
Man, I'm known in bars, apparently. Give me your finest drink.
My finest, that would be the Red Crush. I will be right back. So she goes and gets a glass, and from one of the tap labeled the Red Dragon Crush, pours you some very fine red wine.
Hi, thank you. What do I owe you?
That is 1 silver, please.
And I'm just gonna be sitting at the bar drinking.
Okay.
Because it's currently, you said it was like
7 in the evening.
What'd you say? 7, 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
As she serves it to you, she says, "Are you looking for a place to stay for the night, my friend?"
We are, me and my crew, as I motioned behind, as you saw us walk in here, looking for a place to stay.
I have a few.
How many rooms do we have?
I could rent to you. Nothing private for all of you, unfortunately, but some nice sleeping accommodations.
I gestured to the rest of the crew to come join me at the bar as we're trying, and I'd say we're trying to figure out rooms for tonight, y'all. Come gather around.
Oh, that is not. What the hell? Sorry, that is not the right person.
I was gonna say that's. You changed. You've changed, my friend.
Looks like Bertrand in 30 years.
Although it tells me that is. So. Yeah.
We'll just go with it.
It'll just be that for now. But it's
how many...
Danica you're talking to.
Yep. Danica, how many rooms do you have for us here? How many of us are there? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6. We have 6 people. How many rooms do you have?
Well, so
what
you
is,
have
what
7
would be the cost for
Irina.
Oh yeah, we have 7 because Irina.
So 7 people. I have a room that has 4 beds I could accommodate, and then 2 more with 2 beds each. So it's up to you how you want to do it.
You said 2 rooms with 1 room with 4 beds and 2 rooms with 2 beds?
Yes. Available.
Okay. Kosev, Kaim, Ara, Welly, everybody else, Vayle, Irina, how do we want to split this up? Do we want to do it the most economical way, or do you just want to buy her out and determine later on how we're sleeping?
Say we just buy her out.
What was the cost on that?
Oh,
Keegan, reconnect our stream. You're missing 2 people on the stream.
I'm only missing 1. Yeah, what's the cost on it, Dave? Are we gonna stay all 3 nights? Are we just staying 1 night? How are we gonna do this?
I'm assuming that we can just go like day by day, right?
Danica, do you charge by the day, or is it a package deal?
For all of you, I would say 5 gold a night.
For 5 gold a night for all 3 rooms?
I slapped down 5 gold on the counter.
I'll cover. I'll cover Irina.
I already slapped 5 gold down on the counter.
Yeah, but it's 5. Isn't it 5 gold each?
No, it's 5.
Or is it 5 gold total?
Yeah, I just slapped it down.
I thought it was 5 gold each. Okay.
Are there keys?
So you're just gonna pay for it, and you're not gonna try and
haggle? Nope. I'm just putting 5 gold on the counter.
Okay. All right. She calls for. She says, she shouts back, "Brom!" And the one of her youngest comes out and she says, "Show them to their rooms." And he nods and sort of again looks at the rest of you like he's seen you guys, and sort of smiles at you, and sort of gestures, "Follow me."
Do I sense souls in everybody in this room, or most of the people, I guess?
So it's not a matter of sensing, or it's a matter of observation. If you see, like, you can tell if someone just is not coherent, if they're unresponsive to anything but fear. That's how it works. It's not like a magic power.
Yeah, I've gathered that, but I don't know what the word is.
You can't just see it like by just looking at someone. You observe them over time and gather from their behavior.
Okay. I asked the barmaiden, how much to feed all of us tonight? Good. Feed us good.
She says, "Well, I'm not sure what," and she shouts back, "Erwin, what are you cooking tonight for dinner?" And you hear from the back, says, "Tonight I'm making beef stew." And she says, "Beef stew work for you?"
Works amazing
I pull
for
out
me.
the wolf's leg in my back, or the 2 wolf's legs in my bag, and I hand it to her and I go, "Is there any way to add this into it?"
I literally take the wolf leg from him and be like, please do not put that in my stew.
She kind of looks disgusted by the, the wolf leg, and please get that out of my. People are eating.
Put it back in. Put it back in.
That thing cannot be good anymore. How much, my dear lady, for us to feed everyone?
Well, you see, 5 electrum each.
Oh, electrum.
She refers to the coins imprinted with Strahd's face on.
Oh, dear lady, I hate to.
Let's see. She sees your puzzled expression and says, I have 5 gold.
I just hand her 5 more gold, and I follow her son up to the rooms.
Or, I'm sorry, 4 gold. 4 gold.
I hand her the 4 gold. And
she tosses you 1 back.
Cool.
So Brom is patiently waiting to
I'll go up.
Show you guys where you're staying. And so he sort of leads you to the 2nd floor. Do you guys want to go up there now?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to find a hobby.
I'm sitting at the bar still a little bit and gonna talk to Danica.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back down to eat and just dropping off my.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll drop off.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's say we go upstairs to see where the rooms are, and then I think we all probably just come back down.
That's fine. So he shows you up, and then goes back. After some time, Danica goes back and retrieves the food, and Erwin also comes out and helps her distribute the stew that he made for everybody, including his children that work there as well. Brom, who you met, and Bray, who was been in the back helping his father cook. A lot of the commoners here too, it seems like, are pretty regular, and it's almost almost feels like a large family when they do. And Rictavio sort of he doesn't join in with the food right away. He sort of sits back and tries to do his best to entertain while everyone eats, so that basically he feels like he's earning his keep. And he's just telling these crazy stories about hunting and finding exotic animals that he, for his carnival, that kind of thing. Let's see. While you guys are eating, I would like Vayle, Ara, and Torb to make a perception check. Mr. Rictavio.
Perception.
I'm having website issues.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
What's going on with the website issues for you?
Well, I don't see the map anymore, and my character sheet has disappeared, and I can't get it to pull up again. Oh, wait, here it comes. Really slowly. There it is.
And you just pop back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said perception?
Please.
Hopefully you roll good, because the rest of us rolled shit. Hey!
Better.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, Vayle, I sent you a whisper.
Ooh.
Don't say it out loud.
Whispers.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that just yet.
You
don't have to do anything
Can
with
I
it.
just-
You can just sit
that's
on
your
it.
info.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do
Freely.
anything with it. I'm sitting across. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm still thinking.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Danica as I'm drinking and eating up at the bar still. Can you tell me a little bit about this festival of the Blazing Sun? What does it entail? Why does it seem to be? Why is it mandatory? What is this? Because I'm all down for a party. I'd just like to know what I'm getting into.
She says, "Man, I don't know why that's not lining up the way it should there, but yeah, that's definitely not her."
Yeah.
Anyway, she tells you, be careful who you ask about that. That is a touchy subject. Burgomaster is not punish those who speak ill of his festival. He has this deluded idea that the way to free us of the land of this curse is by proclaiming how happy and well everything is all the time. Personally, I think he's gone mad, but to say that out loud in the wrong company could lead you to the stockade.
Hi. Is this something that happens frequently? Is this something that happens once a year? What's our time frame on this?
This is a weekly event, my friend.
Weekly? You should tell I'm new to town.
Is it on the same?
Just saw signs everywhere.
Is it on the same day every week?
Usually on Sunday, yes.
Hmm.
I just go back to eating and drinking.
What's the bard's name again?
Rictavio.
Rictavio. I kind of go over to Rictavio. Want to ask him, Rictavio, my dear boy, did you say you're not a musical bard?
Sadly, no. I'm a storyteller. I'm a ringmaster of my carnival.
Would you like to? Can you speak in prose? Can you speak in poetry to rhyme and song? If I provide you some music, could you?
An underscore. Yes, I see where you're going with it. I quite like it.
Well, I'll be right back, good man. I go upstairs, I grab my loot, come back down, sit down next to him, and start giving him a little bit of a jaunty tune.
Nice. He does his best to tell an enthralling tale with the underscore of music added to it. He sort of hams it up extra, as he gets to, like, if you embellish certain parts with the music, he definitely, like, livens it up,
Yay.
As this is going on, I turn around and shout, "Who wants a drink? On me!"
I don't think anybody wants to drink off of you, my dear boy.
And I'll pay for whoever says they want a drink.
I'd like to talk to Ara.
Okay.
Kind of away from the group.
I'd say you can go upstairs into the rooms.
I
was gonna. No.
No, I mean it's not like a huge. Very. Are you sitting on top of that patron?
Yeah.
Sitting on their lap.
How about that? Is that better? I don't know.
While all this is going on, I go up to one of the rooms of 2 and head in for the night.
Okay. So, you guys rented a room with 4 beds, and then a room and 2 rooms with 2 beds. Mm-hmm. So, how do you want to break that up? Are you just gonna let the ladies have the private rooms and the
That was my thought.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I want a pillow fight, so yeah.
So, well, you said you're going upstairs?
Yep.
Okay. Where'd you go? Did you already go upstairs? Oh yeah, you did.
I found it.
Okay. You already.
Where the hell do you find the upstairs?
You just go up the stairs.
Oh yeah, you could just go
up the stairs
with your character.
Yeah. Up the stairs.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Vayle and Ara were talking.
So I've called, motioned Ara over, and I lean over and I whisper to her that I don't think that Rictavio is legit. And I whispered this. So,
okay.
Torbjorn, you did not hear it.
I know.
I'm just making that clear. And I ask Ara what she thinks, if she's noticed anything. Because I can't put my finger on what's not right.
I whisper back to Vayle. I thought it interesting for a bard to not sing or play music.
True. Very true. You think we should go talk to him, investigate more, or just keep an eye out?
Well, what's your intuition as far as, like, what are your feelings? Like, why is it that you don't think that he's legit?
I don't know exactly. I can't put my finger on exactly what it is, but the whole bard not singing thing is a good point, but he just does not seem to be who he says he is. From what I've heard, he seems over jovial for this town and for the atmosphere that we've picked up on.
Okay. Let's go have a talk. I'm assuming that he could talk since he's telling stories.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're gonna go address him. Well, so currently Kaim and Rictavio are he's telling stories while Kaim is playing underneath. So what do you do you want to just wait, or do you want to?
Can we signal to Kaim somehow that we want to have an interlude in the show?
Okay, how do you want to do that?
I have no idea.
What time is it at this point, DM?
Probably about 9, 10.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna try to catch Kaim's eye and, I don't know, get his attention.
Okay. Kaim, you catch at one point in your performance, you notice Vayle. With a 14 passive perception, I'll say you notice Vayle trying to get your attention.
Cool. As we wrap up a piece for him, I do have a question.
We swung in at the last moment and saved the prince right from the wretched rogue.
Now, as a bard, I would know that these are stories that are tall
Yes.
tales based on very little truth.
Yeah, you gather he's full of shit.
Yeah. I guess from the look she gave me, what was I gathering? That's the real question.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
You notice she was trying to get your attention. That was with your passive.
10.
You notice she was trying to get your attention.
Okay. I'm gonna just tell him, be like, I'm gonna go use the loo. I don't know if the loo's a word in this world, but
it gets your meaning.
I'm gonna use the chamber pot.
I'm gonna make water. Do they make water outside, or is there? I don't know how this works.
Kaim, they use a latrine.
That means are you paying Ara then?
Yuck it up over there.
Well,
just yuck it up over there. Drag you outside and piss on you.
Golden showers.
Yeah, DM.
As they're wrapping up, as you wrap up this tale, Rictavio goes and you see him grab some raw wolf steaks from Danica and a couple apples, and
we've all eaten at this point,
and he's starting to he ate too.
Okay,
he ate with you guys, but you still see him grab a few apples and actually, I'm sorry, it's not raw. There's a cooked steak, 2 cooked steaks, and he says, "You will have to excuse me. I'm going to visit my portly friend down the road and give Drusilla a couple apples." And starts to make his way towards the door.
Where's Welly when you need her?
Right.
I think Welly's sleeping.
Since I had wanted to speak to him, I call out his name. Rictavio, wait a second. Tried it.
As he seems a little like caught off guard that you stop him, but he stops and he turns to you. Yes, my dear. What can I help you with?
I was hoping you would stick around and we could chat for a little bit.
Tell you what.
Shut up, Tim.
I have to see my portly friend, visit him, give him some steak there, and give my horse some apples. And once I've made those rounds, I'll be back round to tell a few more tales and, woo the ladies and all that. So I'd be right back with you at that point and could resume where we left off. Didn't realize I made such an impression. He elbows you a little bit. Just joking.
I'm
old, I know. He says, but he looks he's a half elf, so it's hard to tell how old he looks.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can't really detain him without being forceful about it, so I'm gonna say, well, make sure you come back.
Well, of course,
More stories.
dear, I'm staying here, aren't I?
Oh.
Earn my check here. Be back soon.
Okay.
And so he starts to make his way out. Do you follow?
I don't know if I'm stealthy enough to follow.
You have a cloak of elven kind. You can pop your hood up. I thought about it too.
Gives you a +2, right?
My cloak.
Is it
I have a cloak of
advantage?
She doesn't have the cloak.
I have boots of elven kind and a cloak of protection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
We
she
all
doesn't have the
it.
cloak.
I forgot. I'm an idiot.
They're the same thing, right?
Yeah, the boots of elven kind give you advantage. Stealth check.
It's advantage. Okay.
Okay. So, do I want to follow him by myself? Okay, so he's going out the door. I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
And
You do have disadvantage on perception by wisdom checks. Perception if you wear the cloak, just for full clarity.
You have disadvantage on what?
On perception checks.
Really?
And advantage on stealth. Yep.
Where do you see that?
And the description?
My description. Oh, there it is.
If you
Yeah,
click
there
the
it is.
eye, yep, and you screw drag it down.
I
Thank
don't
you.
think her boots give her disadvantage.
Okay. I'm just reading what our cloak has.
I'm looking up the boots right now.
While this is going on, I'm going to actually walk up to Kosuf and just kind of whisper in his ear, do you mind if I speak with you upstairs in private?
Yeah, there's no
That's the
disadvantage.
impression I gave you, Torbjorn.
Yep. It just allows you to move silently,
Yeah.
which gives you
Yeah.
advantage on stealth checks.
Shit,
I'm
I
gonna-
follow her. God
Oh.
damn it. Yep, I'm sticking with you a little bit. I'm gonna trail behind you with my cloak hood up, about 15 feet behind you. You're not gonna notice me, though.
I'm gonna.
It's right there.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we going?
All right. So, Kosif and Torb, you see Vayle leaving, following Rictavio, and looks like Kaim is following. And Ara, what are you doing?
I'm doing the same. Like,
Okay. So you see the
I'm
cleric
following.
also following.
I turn around and yell at them as they go out. Go, hey, what are y'all doing? Because you have to remember, I don't know what's going on here.
God, shut the fuck up.
I have no idea.
I
what's
stop
going on
right in
here.
my tracks
I just see-
and I sit back
I
down.
just 3 people walking out the door.
I turn back around, I sit back down.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where are y'all going?
So
I was under the impression you were being distracted by Kosif. The question would have been, Did I notice this?
I told them that they noticed.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm just.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, our sneaky persons sneaked off to sleep.
I'm pretty sneaky too, I think. Sort of.
You're still off after him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have been already out the door because I was waiting 15, 20 feet.
Yeah, because I did it when I start seeing 2 and 3 start going. That's probably when I would have yelled. Because her leaving, like, to me, like, wouldn't have clicked right away of, oh, something's going down. But as soon as I see multiple people leaving, Torbjorn at that point, it's like, they're leaving me. Where the hell are they going? We're staying the night here.
So I guess I am following.
You notice him sort of stop and turn.
Is it still raining outside?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm still obviously following, and I'm going to do this. If I can put that in the chat thing.
Okay.
I'm going to try to obscure myself by the heavy rain.
Make a stealth check. At advantage.
This is terrifying, by the way, because we're low health. We're following some dude in some weird land. We don't know what's going on.
No,
I'm actually on pins and needles right now.
At any point,
13.
anybody could come pick
13.
me. Could come get me if needed.
She's on her own.
You sort of see Rictavio stop in his tracks and sort of turn and kind of look towards the door as clearly he knows someone is trying to follow him.
Okay.
Car, turn around, car!
Okay.
The ravens on top of the roof are giving you hints. It's amazing.
So did he see me though?
Make a stealth check.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
20. He did not.
Okay. Good.
She still goes. This is either going to be really amazing or it's going to end poorly.
All right.
I've got 10 health.
I was going to say, I know you're low health because you went down 3 times last
I'm
fight.
shaking a little bit. My hand.
So, Vayle. I'm going to put you in put your token in here.
Okay.
And Rictavio. And basically we're just going to make some checks and make sure that you stay hidden.
Okay.
And a sec here to get...
Yeah, where's the tavern compared to... Because that's the church that the party sign is at.
Yeah.
Yep. So everybody is...
I think, yeah, I was going to say in the middle of the
Cool.
town there.
Okay.
That's the tavern. This is you guys coming out.
Cool.
And that's... Well, at least that's her coming out. And
I'm coming out.
And
I
so...
want the world to know. I let the world know.
You're not that familiar with the town, but it doesn't seem like he's going...
I run upstairs and wake up Welly.
So, sorry. No, you do see him head towards the back of the tavern where the stables are. And
Okay.
you do see him. He does feed the apples to a horse in the stable. And then go ahead and make another stealth check for me.
Okay.
Oh, that's so nerve-wracking watching that thing roll.
Okay.
Right.
I'm literally like, ooh.
So he finishes feeding Drusilla, and he pets her, and then he says, "I'm sorry, my dear. Was there something you just couldn't wait for?"
I guess since I've been seen, I go up to him. I said I don't know. There's just something about you that you're not completely truthful about.
My dear, I'm a bard. I'm not completely truthful about everything I say.
True. Very true. As traveling with a bard, I've experienced that. Sorry, Bertrand.
Everybody else's heart rate going up right now.
Does Bertrand get a chance to wake me up? Or is Kai me?
Well, even if Bertrand wakes you up, I don't know if he'd know where they went. Because if he's going upstairs, they're gone.
I guess I'm still that there's just still something about you, and I can't put my finger on it. And I'd just like to know where you come from. What's your purpose here?
It's funny you say that, my dear. I had the same thought when I first saw you. There's something about you that is blocking.
Is what?
Same as me, so we both have secrets now, don't we?
What was that word you used?
Blocking.
Blocking. Oh, okay.
I'm drinking, guys. Jarbeer's just...
Okay.
Difference, dear, is my secret will get you killed. I don't want that.
Will you give me any kind of clue why I feel that you're so different or not so forthcoming?
I don't think that would be safe for either of us, dear.
So, guess if he's not gonna talk, do I notice anything about his behavior? I mean, like, is he fidgety or is he?
Let's make a perception check for me.
Oh, shit.
Doesn't work.
He is... If he was a poker player, he would be the greatest poker player ever, because he is impossible to read. And this doesn't seem to be just a natural thing either. It seems to be magical.
I don't deal with magic. I don't know what else to do. Oh, I guess I will.
He says, I tell you what, dear. Why don't you come on this little chore with me, and I'll entertain your question.
I'm gonna sit there and think about it for a second, and then I'm gonna say okay.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. So, for the sake of brevity, I'll say you follow him to the stockyard.
The one that we took interest in?
Yeah. And there...
I really wanted to go to that, too.
He leads you to... Shit. Why can't I ever have this up when I want it? There we go. He leads you to back to the stockyard, right? And parked in the at the south end of that stockyard is a sturdy carnival wagon. Its colorful paint peeling off, faded lettering on its side spells out the words Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. A heavy padlock secures the back door. And I'll share that with you. I'll share it with everyone so you can see. So, he says, here's my wagon. And if you are quiet and careful, I'll show you what I have inside. And he grabs the stakes and climbs to the top, and he opens a door, and you hear inside a very large lumbering and a roar that sounds like a tiger. And you see him drop the stakes down, and he says, "There you are. There's your dinner. I'm thinking of naming her Buttercup." And he gestures for you to come up to the top, where he's has the trap door open. Do you climb up?
Yes.
Okay. So you peer inside the trap door, and there is a fully grown saber-toothed tiger inside, eating the steaks. He says, "Part of my carnival. What do you think of her?"
Well, being an animal and nature lover, I think she's beautiful.
Isn't she, though? Glorious animal. I'm training her to do all kinds of things.
Such
now, all she does is kill things.
That's not ominous at all.
Well,
she's killing those snakes. If you know, steaks. Sorry, not snakes.
But have no fear. As long as you're not Vistani, she seems to be all right. Something about the colors of the Vistani clothing and... well, all right. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm training her to hunt Vistani.
Oh.
So as long as you don't look or smell like one, you'll fine.
Okay.
I cast disguise self as Vistani.
And Vayle, on the carnival wagon, there you see an inscription on the door frame. I bring you from shadow into light.
Okay. I'm writing this down.
As you're reading it, the wagon lurches as something big is thrown itself against the inside wall. You hear the cracking of wood and the scraping of metal and the snarl of the saber-toothed tiger.
I'm going to back up pretty quickly from that trapdoor. So I don't fall in.
Okay. So now you've discovered my secret, dear. Does that put you more at ease, then?
For now.
Lovely.
But I would still really like to hear how you came by her, how you...
Oh, it's a glorious story. Let's go back to the inn. I'll tell you all about it. We'll have your lovely devil friend underscore it. It'll be glorious.
Alrighty then. So I guess we head back to the inn.
Okay.
Seriously, is anybody else's heart rate like super high right now during that whole fucking thing? Because I was on edge the whole time.
What's that?
Yeah.
I was like,
seriously. Jeez.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
What happened?
We're just
I was
freaking
on
out.
edge
We were
that
all
whole
freaking
time.
out.
Yeah.
That was a great moment. Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
and the wood cracks, and I was like, oh shit.
Didn't tell you guys, but this is my last session.
Partner with David.
What a lovely way to go, huh?
Eaten by a
in
saber-tooth.
in the belly of a saber.
So,
I literally finished my beer during that whole fucking thing.
So
So you guys are heading back in. Do you want to say anything before you walk back into the store? Because he kind of stops you and he says, "Now, I trust you keep that little secret between us. I had a monkey too, and the Erwin would not let me have it in the inn, so I had to give it to the toy maker. I couldn't imagine what their reaction would be if I had a saber-toothed tiger. Even if it is in the stockyard.
I tell him that I will keep it to myself for now.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
And then I kind of want to ask him if he recognizes me at all. I do want to ask him if he recognizes me. Do you recognize me?
What a strange question. You are quite strange, aren't you?
Yes.
I notice your monastery vestiges. Although I've never come across one of your members, it seems.
I don't know that we're really out and about in the world a lot. I'm unusual.
Yes, quite curious. I don't suppose you're interested in carnival work, are you?
At the moment, no.
Tell me, my dear, what brings you here? Why are you all here?
I'm gonna look at him and say, I know that you have trusted me quite a bit with your secret, and I'm trying to decide how much to trust you.
Fair enough.
I don't know what to tell you other than we were brought here rather suddenly. This wasn't a planned trip here.
Ah, you're talking about the mists.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, dear. I remember it well. We were on our way to a show with a czar from the far reaches of the Eastern Empires when I came upon this awful mist everywhere, rather dreadful. It engulfed my entire carnival. I was lost for ages till I found myself here. And I've been, well, suffice to say, I've been taking advantage of Erwin's brutality for quite some time now to get my bearings.
How long have you been here?
Oh, a few months now.
2 months. Have you noticed anything about the land that stands out to you that would maybe help us?
You mean outside the apparent awful curse of vampire and awful things all about? Werewolves and the like?
Wait, werewolves?
Oh, yes. Not come across the light yet, have you?
No. I don't think so.
Zombies, all kinds of monsters in this land.
I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt.
And he looks up at the ravens and he says, and some other creatures that seem to captured my interest of late.
The ravens.
Man, bear, pig.
The ravens. People in this land regard the ravens as carriers of souls. consider it bad form to murder Raven.
I see. We've had ravens following us.
Really? Have you now?
Yes.
Curious. Well, dear, we've dawdled outside long enough. Shall we go back inside?
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful. After you.
Okay. I go back inside.
All right. Rictavio comes in and makes a grand spectacle as he enters. He says, "Oh, I have returned. It's quite all right. There's no need for applause yet. Wait till I begin. Perhaps." And he looks around with some musical accompaniment. Oh, I see our musical friend has left. Pity.
Yeah, at this point, I've been upstairs.
And he goes on.
I've been upstairs with Welly chatting during this.
Okay.
I don't know how to get upstairs.
Oh.
I'm at the top of the stairs. I meant to, I was up there. I tried to wake her up, or I did wake her up, and we were probably talking during all this. Oh. Hello.
You're here.
So, yeah, as you come upstairs and you check the rooms, you find Welly in one of the rooms.
Okay, so I'd be sitting on the bed here, talking to Welly. And I would have informed Welly that Vayle had snuck off, and I will just ask her, Welly, Vayle had just snuck off to follow the wonderful bard that has been entertaining us tonight. And I just wanted to make sure that she could have been followed, but it's too late. I assume our wonderful Torbjorn may have broken our cover before the rest of us could follow. Are you okay? You're retired quite early.
My heart is very heavy tonight with just lots and lots of grief. The fact that we left those kids in such a hurry and didn't seem like we set them up for success. And so I plan to visit them many times before we go to make sure they understand.
I was hoping the same. I thought we could maybe find her a teddy bear or something that we could bring her. Just a gift, a bauble of some sort. Let her know that we do care.
So I was trying to calm my mind and rest for the night, but it looks like I missed out on all the festivities.
Yeah, I understand. Get some rest, my dear.
I'll head back downstairs.
Okay.
There we go.
When you do finally come down, you find Tavio standing on one of the tables, like addressing the entire. And he sees you, and he's like, "Ah, yes, fellow bard.
Yes, my good man.
Would you like to join me again, once again? Some
No.
musical accompaniment."
There's a bear shit in the woods.
Well, when I was hunting them in north region of the elven hunting grounds there, the woodlands. What was it called? What was it? Rivendell. Yes, I was there. We were hunting bear, biggest bear you've ever seen. Claws like
giving music behind it all, just stirring music behind the story about this bear.
And he just goes on and on about it.
Okay.
Right, I was gonna say, right as Vayle was going out with Rictavio, I went up to Kosef and whispered in his ear whether he'd want to come join me upstairs for a chat.
Maybe a little bit later. I'm still eating my food, and I want to see if Vayle returns safely. But I think yes, I think we should find time to talk if you want to talk.
Okay. I go back and continue drinking.
Yeah, so Vayle and Rictavio returned, and now they're regaling. Bard, they're doing the Bard twosome over there on the table, while he's telling stories.
So the Texas two-step.
The Bard twosome, yes. That was my first band.
Otherwise known as the BT.
So what's everyone doing?
I'm gonna
there's
finish up and go to bed.
Two surly-looking gentlemen that have been sitting and drinking and haven't been talking that much. Who, if you ask about them, they're the local wolf hunters. Yuri and Yevgeny, and Soldarovich.
Had they been listening? Did I notice them paying attention or smiling even? Or
they definitely don't smile. They just sort of sit and drink, and they seem to pay attention to Rictavio when he talks about hunting. Otherwise, they don't care.
I've been sitting near them. If I heard they were wolf hunters, I think I might ask them if they've encountered any wolves that can speak.
Talking wolves? No talking wolves. We come across werewolves, but not ones that just speak on their own. Even werewolves, I don't think I've ever come across one that can talk while they... And you notice that it's only one of them that really answers. The other one just sort of... It's like a Jay and Silent Bob. One's like overly talkative, and the other one hardly says anything. So I don't think I've ever heard a wolf speak in wolf, or werewolf speak in wolf form. So no, that's very unusual.
Interesting. How often do you run into those? Pretty common in these parts?
How often? Sorry, one more time.
How often do you run into werewolves? Are they pretty common in these parts?
More often than I would like, friend. Yes, there is a den pack somewhere to the south. Try and avoid. They are minions of Strahd.
All right.
Some say he occasionally grants them access to the outside.
Do I overhear this, or am I playing loudly? And okay.
Who's that lady next to the hunters there? Like closest to me. Is that a lady?
Closest to you.
The one just right above him.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, that's just some villager.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they all look like that. She's just larger than the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
That's what I
behind.
was confused
She's
about.
behind the marker for me, so I didn't see her.
Okay.
I wrap up and head up to my room.
Okay.
It's
over the course of you playing, go ahead and make a perception check for me, Kine.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sorry, what were you saying, Kosef?
Oh, I was just going to ask if there was anything interesting in the stories being told.
Not particularly.
It's about bears shitting. I'm just saying.
It's like a lot of it he's making up. and some of it you feel like he's embellishing heavily on real events. Some you think that he might have not even experienced at all, and he just heard those stories and is repeating them.
Did he mention the saber-tooth tiger at all that our friend saw that we have no idea about?
No, he's keeping that under wraps.
Got it.
At one point during your performance, Kime, you notice his shadow is a little...
Sorry, you're cutting out.
I said at one point during the performance, you noticed his shadow was a little off.
The bard?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Anybody else want to do anything?
I asked Danica about if there's any sort of merchants or any sort of shops in town while we're here to be able to restock with both basic supplies, healing potions, and if there's a blacksmith of some sort.
There is a toy shop, a couple of, tinkering shops, not really too much in as far as services. A local blacksmith. What were you looking for in particular?
I've been venturing around, and every so often I just like to see, specifically like blacksmithing. I come from a line of people who are known for the weaponry, and I just admire the steel that is made in different parts of the world, and I'm just kind of curious to see.
Honestly, our blacksmith is more of a coffin maker.
Oh gosh.
Does he make the finest coffins around?
Makes great nails.
Right. He makes the nails and the fasteners and that sort of thing. He's not really and he sharpens the spears for the militia.
How much do one of these coffins go for? Do you know?
How much does a what?
A coffin go for?
Oh, you would have to talk to him, the coffin maker. The coffin maker, Henrik.
Henrik.
What is his? Yeah, he. Good talk to him. He'd get you a good deal, I suppose. Makes every coffin for every stranger that comes through town.
I was gonna say he's the only one. I feel like he gets lots of business here. From my experience in this land, it's pretty bleak, and as you saw earlier when we came in, we're all battered and bruised, and we just came across this ugly creature that knocked my friend over there, and I point to Vayle, down a few times, and I didn't think we were going to make it out alive. So it's got to be prepared for the inevitable. If one of us goes down, I want to be able to have.
You were in a battle? Where? What happened? I see you are a worse for wear, but that's just land of Barovia. You take into account for the wolves attacking and the monsters, but
do I overhear him?
I don't know. Where are you and what are you?
I was just sitting right next to him, singing with the bar or playing background music.
So if you're singing, you're at the table and she's at the bar talking to Danica. So I would say probably not.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll spin the song of our battle.
I lean into her kind of quietly and just whisper, "Have you ever heard of the windmill just south of here?"
The old bone grinder? You fought Morgantha?
We did. We found 2 children as well in the tops, and we've taken them over to the church here and left them with the priest. Personally, I did not want to bring them along, but my party insisted that we find safe passage for them. And
make a insight check for me, please, Torbjorn.
Insight, okay. Where's insight? Insight.
20.
20.
You get the smallest impression that she already knew this information and is pretending that this is news to her.
This is new to her. I also see that your signs around say children required, and as much as I did not want to bring these children along, after seeing the signs around the city, I've had second thoughts. Is the children just required for attendance, or is there some sort of during the festival? Is there some sort of sacrifice that happens?
No, my friend, no.
I just want to make sure, because last time I saw a child, they were being made into a pie.
She, her smile sort of drops when you say that, and she's, yes. Thank you for dealing with that. And she pours an extra red dragon it's for you.
I hold it up to her and go, cheers, and just down
She
it.
pours herself one and sort of looks around and takes it too. But yeah, has a little bit of a sip. And she informs you guys that they will be closing the tavern soon, and that you guys are welcome to make yourselves at home in the tavern. Children will be going to bed soon. They'll be turning in shortly. So if anything you require, to let her know now, she can produce that.
Danica, do you need any help cleaning up?
And she
it's the least
also,
I can do after coming in here.
like when you offer that, she thanks you and also gives you back the 5 gold and says, I can't. The rooms are on the house for them.
Thank you. I put it in my sack.
Is that Kimes gold?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
So I haven't talked to Kaim yet. Just saying, I'm having a conversation with Danica. Danica handed me the gold. Kaim's over there singing or playing, so
It's fine.
I want to know what's going on. But yes, that is Kaim's gold. Thank you, Danica. If there's anything we can do while we're in town, any way we can help you out, just don't hesitate to ask. You seem like good people, and I appreciate you taking us in. Like I said, we're a little war torn, a little rough, a little beat up, but nothing we can handle. And my hope is to selfishly get myself out of here. But if I can help the I guess country of Barovia. What's Barovia? Is it a country, the continent of Barovia? I will do anything I can to make sure you guys see the peace again, because what I've seen out there has without saying it any other way, has scared the living shit out of me. And I hope that you guys can feel the same peace I do when I'm in my homeland, because I don't wish anybody lives in this land, or to live in this land.
Wow, that's something. Thank you. Thank you for your effort, what you did for this land. The old bone grinder has been a dark mark. It's part of the Valaki land, you know. So technically, it belongs to the Burgomaster. You should see him for a reward. He might, in his craziness, reward you for such an act. However, also maybe being in his sights is not always the best. So
good to know. I'll keep that in mind if I come across him at any point. Thank you again. Do I owe anything for the drinks?
No, you keep your money tonight.
Thank you again, and I just head upstairs to the room with 4 beds and claim one of the beds.
I got her.
Of course, when it's over.
Round of applause.
Okay.
You get a golf clap.
Knowing that Torbjorn had wanted to talk to me, I'll go ahead and follow him up when he goes up.
Okay. So you guys are all going up. I'll put you guys in the rooms just for the sake of.
I'll put my token back down. Then I moved my token already.
Oh well, you can if you want to do it, you can. It's I
don't know
just
where
moved
I'm going. I made it to the top of the stairs
by accident. You made it to the stairs.
I made it to the top of the stairs. I see hallways, but outside of that, I do not know where I'm going. So I'm just gonna stop at the top of the stairs.
So I just put you there. Vayle, are you heading up? You and R, are you guys retiring for the night?
Kind of had something else I wanted to ask the bard about, but I don't know if tonight would be an appropriate time or if I should wait and talk about my thoughts on what happened with somebody first.
Okay.
It's up to
you. He's still around.
Hey. The inn is kind of clearing. The common room is kind of clearing out now.
Yeah, people are starting to leave.
Okay. Well, then I will do this. I am gonna go over to him and ask him something.
Okay. Oh yes, my dear. What can I do?
I ask him. I say, before we came here, we received a prophecy about a man who's not what he seemed and who came in a carnival wagon. And we were told that therein lies something that we seek. Does this mean anything to you?
His reaction to that, his eyes go wide and you see him turn pale. You see him start to sweat. Reading, you say? Tell me more. But not here. Let's head upstairs. We'll talk in my chambers.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Yeah, I say okay.
Okay.
I mean, I can take him down with my pinky, so it's all right. Yes, I say, all right, let's chat.
All right. So you follow him upstairs, and he takes you to where he is staying. And
are any of the doors open as we pass them? Can I catch anybody's eye?
Not really. Unfortunately, like his room is next to the boys' room, but the way to get there is the other way.
Okay.
But
still don't see this room. I'm trapped on the top of the stairs.
What are you talking about? I moved you. Where did you go?
I didn't move anywhere. My thing's been reloading constantly.
You're in the next room.
Stop
there.
moving. You should be.
Like my token just is constantly reloading on screen.
Oh.
Is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's gone.
Well, try reloading the browser because I have you in the right spot.
I'm gonna whoop.
So while he's figuring that out, Rictavio takes you up to his quarters, and when you're in there, he says, "Tell me more about this reading."
What would you like to know about it?
What did she tell you exactly? Tell me everything.
So I have to make a choice whether to tell him everything or not. I'm going to trust him.
Okay.
And I recall everything that I remember from the reading. Do I need to tell everything?
So I set the DC based on what you provide.
Okay. Okay, well, the exact words that she said that made me think of you were, a man is not what he seems. He comes here in Carnival wagon. Therein lies what you seek.
Therein lies what you seek. Well, tell me, my dear, what is it you seek? You seek my saber-toothed tiger?
As lovely as a pet as that would be. No, that is not. We seek a way home. For one. But we also seek an end to this curse that's over this land. And a way to end it.
There's something strange about you. I believe you. But I'm afraid if I help you, then you'll be doomed to fail. Cursed, you see. Vistani curse.
How are you cursed?
Rolls an 11 for no reason.
Tavio says, "My dear, I'm going to trust you. Something I haven't done in a long time." He removes his hat. And as he does, you see his form drop. And he changes into a much older half-elf man. Much more dignified looking. And he says, "I suppose introductions are actually in order. I am none other than Rudolph van Richten, vampire hunter. Extraordinaire, at your service." And he bows to you.
You're Von Richten.
Oh, no shit.
Indeed.
We've heard of you.
Well, I should rather think my reputation precedes itself. Yes, but I'm in for quite an ordeal here. Just not expecting this, to be quite honest. Been here for quite some time investigating the Vistani, where I fear that there is a local camp in league with the Devil's Stronghold. Also, and I'm not sure if you're aware, But I've also been investigating a secret order of were-ravens in this area, known as the Order of the Feather. I don't know what to make of them. I've been trying for quite some time to ascertain their motivations. They seem intent on destroying Devil's Strahd, but I've yet to infiltrate them and get their true motivations.
So that's why you were interested in the ravens that have been following us.
Yes, my dear. That and why I am training a saber-toothed tiger to kill Vistani. However, as for your card reading, was there any other information you were given? Anything you can share with me? Seeing as I shared quite a bit with you now.
Well, there was a lot said. There was a whole lot said. Individually to each of our group and I think as a whole. What parts of it would you like to hear, the individuals or from the actual
Specifically,
card?
the cards. Could tell me what it was you learned, what it was that brought about these visions for you, what's important about it. Maybe I know how I can help.
Okay.
What item is it you seek in my carnival wagon?
I believe we are looking for a tome of history
Yes.
of Strahd.
The Tome of Strahd. You are correct. It is in my carnival. I have it locked there.
Okay. We are also looking... I don't know if we're looking for this holy symbol of Ravenkind.
The symbol of Ravenkind. Yes, of course.
The seer... Yes.
That would give you the advantage.
And then a house guarded by a stone dragon.
Argynvost. Argynvost. Yes. That is probably where you seek. There is a mansion not far from here called Argynvost. It was the house of a great silver dragon, leader of the Order of the Silver Dragons.
And who are they?
They were a formidable force of paladins sworn to defend this land. They took up arms against the Devil's Strahd.
So they could be allies.
Sadly, they are no more.
Ooh, shit.
The house stands in ruins. Some of my research has indicated there is a way to restore it, but I've been unable to direct my attentions in such manner.
Well, I think we were given a clue to that as well. By looking in the highest peak, is what we were told.
I don't know about that.
Let's see. We were also told of a weapon of vengeance. A sword of sunlight.
He looks puzzled at that one.
We didn't know what that really meant either.
I'm sort of at a loss at that one myself.
Oh.
I'd heard a story about... Yes, I think it's in the tome. There was a sword wielded by his brother, Sergei. Whose brother?
Strahd's brother?
Yes. In life, Strahd had a brother. Story goes, he killed his brother and became vampire.
What would you know about a dead village drawn by a river?
A dead village. I am not sure.
Ruled by someone who has brought great evil into the world.
I've seen lots of dead villages here. It's hard to say. Drowned by a river. I'd have to research that one.
Do you know of a wizard with a broken mind?
Huh. Funny you mentioned that one. There are rumors here, town, of a mad mage that's sighted north of the lake Zarovik. I've seen him from time to time shooting lightning bolts into the lake to catch fish. However, I have yet to see him.
That will be definitely something we should investigate. Well, you are certainly a fount of information.
Being a world-famous vampire hunter has advantages, my...
Okay.
Now, I ask you keep this information to yourself. I cannot risk being exposed. Strahd knows I'm here already.
Okay.
In exchange, I will deliver you this tome. No questions asked.
So not even with my party members. Can I share this? Or would you rather...
My dear, I trust you for a specific reason.
Can you tell me that reason?
You are like me, cannot be read. I assume it's because you have one of these. And he holds up his hand, and suddenly a ring appears. And the ring on the... where the jewel would be, it looks like a brain almost. And he tells you, ring of mind shielding. Keeps me hidden from the devil's Strahd. And from prying eyes.
I don't have one of those. That I know of.
He smiles and looks at you in a way that really shows his fey features of his half-elven. Sort of a mischievous smile. He says, curious.
I don't remember certain things about myself. I don't know what to go into about that. But very quickly, the townspeople, can they be trusted around here?
This town, at first glance, looks like a bastion of merriment. However, it's anything but. The crazed burgomaster that runs this place with an iron fist, enforcing merriment with his madness. And on the other side, the Wachters. They are clearly aligned with Strahd and would do anything to throw the power off so that they may take control of the city. It's this horrific tug of war between a madman and one just biding time for the devil.
I see. So trust no one in the city.
Not unless they have a hat of disguise and a ring of mind shields.
Crazy old man. I see. So, we actually met Strahd earlier outside of the city at the Bone Grinders windmill.
He's a narcissist. He has to always be in your mind, or at least in his deluded perception.
He showed up there looking for you.
Yes. He's been hunting me for quite some time once he found I was in his lab. Unfortunately, there's no way to be allowed in. Clearly, he let me in. Clearly, he thinks he has a plan for me. Hence my current predicament.
I see. Well, you have certainly given me much to think about and ponder.
Remember, my dear, secrecy is of the most important. And he puts on the ring again, and you see his visage back to the much more exuberant-looking half-elf bard that you met.
I will bid you good night, Octavio.
Good night. Rest well, and in the morning, I'll have the tome for you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's much appreciated. I leave.
So, guys, as you rest tonight, you gain a level.
Woo! Woohoo! Oh my gosh, that's so much information.
Only one of you
I know
knows.
100. I know nothing of it.
None of us were there.
Yeah.
I know none of it.
Okay.
I just have one more thing, guys.
Okay.
And then we can break for the night. If that's all right.
Yeah.
And really, it's just for Kosa. I'm sorry, guys, but Kosa.
Oh, no.
As you drift off to sleep and consciousness leaves you, I guess I should ask before we do this. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to do?
Kosef, are you here?
I'm here, yeah.
He's in the room with us.
I don't have your camera.
I don't have your camera.
He's here.
Okay, let me reconnect.
Okay.
Never mind.
Anybody have anything else they'd like to do before you rest for the night? Okay.
Not really.
All right. So as you drift off to sleep and consciousness leaves you, you instinctively brace yourself for the usual barrage of images of death and destruction. But instead, you open your eyes and find yourself near the bank of a river. It is daytime, and you're back in the realms. Birds chirp cheerfully in the trees, and you hear the usual sounds of the forest creatures gathering food for the evening. You stare out at the water and watch the sunlight dance playfully on the water. From the corner of your eye, you see a figure. He approaches you and smiles. It's the familiar grin of Joseph. He approaches, in golden plate armor, carrying some wood for the dying campfire. He grins at you, and after stoking the fire, pours himself 2 glasses from a bottle and hands you a glass of wine. As he does, he says to you, "You've surpassed me. In life, anyway." Gestures to his new attire. He is adorned in golden plate and a red cape, and behind him a pair of feathered angelic wings. "I am a herald of the Everlight." He chuckled. "She's using a loophole, you know. He isn't supposed to be able to cross into this plane. Hence my being here. You need to be careful. When the people here see you and your compatriot, they see a hope they've never known. They see a hope that died here 400 years ago. Remember that. Also remember that evil, true evil, cannot be redeemed. And giving Strahd a chance will only lead you to failure." As he says that to you, he notices you're not drinking. "Go on. You're dreaming after all. Remember to enjoy the boons life gives you. It's the little pleasures that make life bearable at times are just what we need to remember when we wonder what it is we're fighting for. Don't forget that." He sits down next to you. Go ahead.
I take the glass and take a sip of the wine.
He stares quietly into the fire. "We're in for it now, Kosef. Escalation. She'll need you to deal with this, and she'll start granting more blessings. Strahd will start his own escalations. I gotta tell you, there's a great evil. Amber Temple. You've seen it before. It's what made him what he is. It's the curse on this land. And you're not alone here. You'll find allies you wouldn't expect. If you succeed, it'll help you down the line to turn the tides in your favor. I'm proud of all you've accomplished. She is as well. You honor her in your actions. Keep this in your mind as you venture. I have to leave you now. You are feeling in doubt. Just remember, she could not follow you here. But you brought her with you. There. Points to your heart. As you look down and back up, he's gone. And you sit in the river. You sit by the river, in the sun by the river, quietly pondering until you awaken feeling well rested. That is where we're going to end tonight's.
Woo!
All right.
Can we? That was a knowledge drop that I didn't expect to happen after having my butt puckered up for about 20 minutes.
Am I supposed to know who Joseph is?
Nope. None of you know who Joseph is except Kosef.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm just felt clueless there. Not that it was any of my business.
So perhaps it's a star-crossed lover.
Yep.
Dude, that was insane.
That was crazy. What a night.
That was probably one of my favorite moments ever, from the "oh shit, she's gonna die" to "what the fuck is he saying?"
Yeah. Well done, David. Well done, Vayle.
if you want to get our full thoughts on this session, we will be recording next week Behind the Roll, which will give our perspectives on all the shit that went down today, and there's quite a bit of it. And it's funny because this session had 0 combat in it, but I think it was an amazing session in the sense of
could have had a total party kill at the beginning.
Yeah, could have made that happen. I didn't want to, yeah. But I almost ran out to Strahd, and I was like, "No, Drybyard, don't do it. He's scary as shit. You would not do that." But Keegan's like, "Man, that's gonna be funny as hell." I was like, "Nope, whoop, pull back." But yeah. Thank you so much for our amazing, I almost said lovely, amazing DM, David, for that session because it was a lot of fun. Can we get a shout out for Diane, aka Vayle, on that at the end there? Because, she took them two, we were the last 30 minutes of that, and I was just sitting on edge like, the fuck? I'm excited.
Great way to take the reins, Vayle. That was
I didn't
amazing.
know it was going to be a Diane heavy episode, but it turned out to be a Diane heavy.
It turned out to be that.
Yeah.
When
You've got Vayle.
We'll get into it behind the roll with our thoughts on kind of what we thought was going to happen there and all that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much for being on this adventure with us. Again, you can sign up for Pop in a Box. Use the code SAVED-R1. Save 20% on your first sale. Or your first purchase, not sale. First purchase. And you also get 10% off any purchases you make of specific pops if you already subscribe to Pop in a Box. And they just announced last week a Harry Potter Advent Calendar. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, you can get a Harry Potter Advent Calendar. And if, like I said, if you subscribe, you get 10% off that. I don't know what the cost on it is. I have to look that up. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. This was an amazing session. I literally downed my beer in probably a 10-minute period when Vayle was by herself. But head over to SaveByTheRoll.com. If you want to check out bios, if you want to catch up on anything, see some behind the rolls, buy some merch, all that stuff's there. But thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, happy adventuring. Goodbye!